Okay guys, welcome back, and I have an experience to share with you guys this evening. So as you can see, I have the audio control units in. I had no space to put this massive sensor, so I just put some cloths neatly on there to lay it on top of the amplifiers. But where I'm going with this, when I first got the audio control unit and I saw the price of this unit for a 7-channel by 60 watts. And you know, these are CI prices, so I don't really like sharing CI prices, but I'm going to share this one. So this is basically 166,790, so 167,000 Rand unit. That puts it in line with the price of the new Denon A1H. To put that into equation, 60 watt by 7, and the A1H is going to be around about, I think they'll spec it on paper at about, I think 180 by 15, but I think in reality you'll get about maybe 130 watts, all channels driven by 15, which is still extremely strong. So that puts it in that sort of league, where if you think about this logically, everyone and his auntie is going to take the Denon. It's just the way it is. Myself, I'll take the Denon. So this came with the package to test with the correct speakers and the Speakercraft subs. So you know, let's do it, and I'll put it in last because I need to dismantle all my amplifiers that are in the next room now. So I eventually got around to doing that. Guys, was I surprised and was I wrong? And I think most of us are wrong when it comes to, well, I've been saying this forever. Do not look at spec, but don't take the spec as set in stone. Things are made differently. These 60 watts, they are not small watts. These are, I actually think this is underrated, because I mean, I have a lot of different receivers, as you guys know. I don't think any one of them, including the Denon A110 anniversary, sounds like this or has the power that this puts out. And this is their baby unit. This is the entry unit. Now, I've always said that if you go back some of my videos, you'll see you get some very niche products. You'll get the Denon Marantz. Well, you'll basically get where things start off at a lower end on all of them. Pioneer, Onkyo, Denon, Marantz, Yamaha, they all sort of fall there. Then you'll have the big players, Denon, Marantz, Yamaha, sort of. They have the R&D and the money, so the technology and all the new stuff is on there, and it increases year by year. It gets better and better and better and better. Then you'll get the big players. So let's call these supercars, because that is the supercar audio world. Then you'll get hypercars. These are guys that specialize in the up tier. Steinway, Lindorf by themselves, Lightning Audio. This falls in there, audio control. So I've heard of them, but I've never had one, or has ever tickled my fancy. They're just too expensive. I don't even have the pricing for the top units. If this is basically 160 something thousand, you can just imagine going up to the next one. And apparently the one above that is like 200 watts by 11. And I mean, this is 60 watt by 7. And it sounds like that. It's absolutely amazing. Normally with these units, you do have some issues, like on the NADs. Switching isn't always there. You have some fiddly bits. None of that with this. I tested this unit, compatibility, the way it switches on all my units on and off, switching from one signal to the next, using ARC, and when you put the PlayStation remote on, it switches over. When I push the Apple TV remote, it switches back. It was all flawless. I was so surprised. Only thing this does not have is streaming capability. So you can't use like HEOS on you, like on Denon and Marantz, to stream your music. I tested this today. It works. You'll have to use like the Apple TV on Video Shield, load your title onto that, and then work it like that. But you still don't have, you can't take your phone and go through songs. Unless you add a streamer to this, like a power node or something, then you can do that. So that's the only thing. The rest of it's there. We only have 4K. So this is not 8K 60, 4K 120. This is aimed more towards custom install. So the guy that wants a cinema, and he's not playing with all the toys, he just wants the cinema done right. He wants to go in, he wants to watch a movie, he wants to listen to music, and that's it. It's not going to be gaming. It's not going to, 4K, 120, 8K, 60. It's not any of that. So that should not phase this sort of buyer. Is this the best receiver I've ever heard? Hell yes. Hell yes. And I was not expecting to say that today or yesterday. I've been gobsmacked with this unit for 2 days. I'm going to be running a few tests. I'm going to take it through a few tests, play some demos. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear the difference, but I still want to do it. I watch things like John Wick. Demos I've seen 1,000 times. What this unit does different, it throws audio to precisely where it needs to be, with detail I've not heard before. I sat here just maybe an hour ago listening to, what was I? Oh, Greatest Showman. The bass authority on this. It made my one sub sound like two. I don't know how they do it, what makes that happen. It's amazing. And then the surrounds on that same Greatest Showman, where she sings where the screen goes up. That bass that drops there is normally, it's there, but it's subtle. On this, it's like low. And then I have surrounds coming in. On the one where Zendaya is doing the whole thing with, what's his name? High School Musical guy. I'm going to kick myself. Anyways, where they doing that whole thing, where that bag drops, the bass, and then the surrounds come in. I was startled. I looked to my left. I never heard those surrounds so precise. I actually think those surrounds I heard there, I've never heard. I heard things I've never heard before. Amazing. The detail that you have on the voice from this. I can't put this into words, guys. So then I went on to the next test. Stereo, like I said, on the Apple TV, loaded title, listen to my songs, still listen to the critics, but then I wanted to hear what these can do on the Cornwalls. Always, when you have an amp, try them on the Cornwalls because they're so finicky. This unit, this receiver, outperformed any stereo amp I've tested. Better than the S14, better than the N40. Granted, you can buy a good receiver and one of those power amps for the price. Apologies. Always going to come back to the price. It is a super expensive unit. I mean, this is hypercar territory. But what I'm telling you tonight, if you can afford a unit like this, do it. Do it. If it is in your ballpark, thank me later. And I just can't wait to hear what goes up in the next step from this. I'm hooked now. Will I buy it? It's just too expensive for myself. And the versatility, for me, I'm a Denon and a Marantz guy, so I would rather spend that money on the 15 channel amp, have all that versatility and all the toys, But is it going to sound like this? It's not. And now I've got it in the back of my head. And that's the problem with all our audiophile, cinemaphile guys. As soon as you've heard something better, you sort of go home and you tell yourself, my kit is just as good. It's just as good. You go to bed and you lie and you dream of the kits and you know it's not that good. It's always in the back of your head. It's going to bug you to the end of time. And unfortunately, now I've heard this. So to Quentin and you guys at Elan Systems, stuff you guys. Because now I've heard this and it's amazing. And now I want to go further down the rabbit hole. So let's see, I've been talking to Quentin. He wants to send me some more stuff. I don't know if they have any bigger units. If they do, Quentin, please send. I want to see. I am intrigued now. Amazing units. But okay, so let me stop. Before we go into that, I'll just show you. I'll show you how this on-screen menu works compared to the other stuff that you're used to. It's a bit different. It doesn't overlay, well, it overlays it slightly, but doesn't give you a complete on-screen. But it's quite nice because I found myself using that screen more. That screen is nice. You can sit, go through everything. You don't even need the on-screen menu. It's all on there. And I found that very easy to use. As a rule, normally these CI units are difficult to use because they're very high end. This was so easy. Nothing about this was difficult. Easy to set up, easy to use. I've never used one and I just jumped into it straight away. Absolutely easy. But okay, so let's get into some demos. I'm also going to do another demo for the Crix one. My video got flagged. For the one where we have the artist singing I wanted to play, it got flagged. So I'm going to have to make another plan. So the video I make in this, apologies, I'll also add back into the Crix video for that video like I did on the bass, on the subs of the 2 subs. But okay, so enough talking, let's do some demos. Okay, so basically you'll see you have your screen here that shows you whatever you're getting, volume up and down. So a nice little screen. And then if you do go into the menu, you get that. So you'll get it there with all your menu config, all of that. And then you just get that little there. So if you're sitting on your couch and you can't see there, just to show you how the on-screen works. So they basically want you to use the screen, which I don't mind. I actually enjoyed that a lot, using that. Still not to the level that the new Denon and Morans has with their setup, but I found it very easy to use, very nice. Did not mind that at all. Let's do the nightlight demo I always like to use. Listen to all the small little intricate details and how much more pronounced it is on this unit. You can either go back to some of my other videos or the Crix video. Listen to that and then listen to the same thing again on this and see if you can hear the difference.
What is sound? Sound is just a cross-modal version of touch, in a way, in that there are these waves that sort of move through the air, and they get in your ear, and they actually hit the eardrum, and they push it back and forth. And so it's vibration, really.
So what is music?
Organized sound, maybe? It's a way of ordering the sort of chaotic sounds of the world into something that involves structure and time.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Why do we organize sound into music?
Some people think that music was there before speech, and so the original function of music was a kind of emotional communication system. Like things fall on your toe and you go, ah! Maybe music used to be proto-speech.
I'm gonna play you some music.
I'm gonna play you some music.
I'm gonna play you some music.
And I want you to tell me how it makes you feel.
How does that make me feel? That makes me feel like I'm doomed. Fierce. Maybe want to like run out and storm the streets. That feels very comfortable to me. I love that. I fucking hate the sound of whistling. But I go, I felt a good bad. Is that possible to feel? Good bad.
I don't know what that means. You just experienced a wide range of emotions. Why did all that happen?
I think of it in terms of like, we're living our lives up here on the surface of the ocean.
Guys, I don't know if you could experience that. I hope you could. Phenomenal units. Again, are they expensive? Yes, but you are definitely getting what you are paying for with this. I've not been able to fault it. The only thing I can fault is the price. 7 channels in today, you know, it's not a lot, but with the 7 channels on this, running the Crix as a front stage, running the speaker cross sub, just 2 surrounds and 2 overheads, I must say, I think I heard more than I would have heard on a lot of 11 channel systems that I've experienced and built. So guys, if you are interested in any of these, hit Elan Systems up, go and have a demo by them. You can also contact me. I can organize it for you. I can organize a unit for you. We can come and install them for you. Something you need to experience. Something I've never experienced. I can't wait to hear the rest of it. Basically, I'm going through my head, thinking of some more pros and cons. It's basically just the streaming that you don't have, built like an absolute tank. The weight of this weighs the same as a very big unit. You know what I also think it comes down to is the amplification. Having the Class H amplifiers that makes a lot of use of that first watt. If you guys don't know first watt, their sort of design is the first few watts are made differently than the watts that follow after. So it's a very different amplification design. And if this is what they did on the entry stuff, I would love to hear what they did on their balls to the wall stuff, where they said, money no object, give me anything you can do. I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. So guys, I'm going to rate this 8 out of 10. So the only reason it's not getting 10 is because we are missing some of those niceties that new units are coming out with now. The toys, as we call them, that is not present here. Maybe 7 out of 10 for the value for money aspect. But the rest of that 7, all audio. I've never heard a unit sound like this on movies or music or anything. And just again, how seamlessly it works. Everything works. I was expecting this to be buggy as hell. No bugs. I experienced no bugs. Yeah, guys, so I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to delve a bit deeper into the world of audio control. I'm intrigued. Guys, till the next video. I finished the Elan Systems stuff now, the Crix video will come out before this, then we'll do the amplifier. You've seen the subs by now. So again, big shouts out to those guys for sending these out for demo, and stay tuned for some more stuff. The in ceilings they have, those are amazing. I asked for those next. I'm going to blow your guys' minds with those in ceilings. Why do you ask? Stay tuned, you'll see something I've never experienced in my life coming next. Cheers guys, bye.